The design phase includes the cover, but it also includes a certain amount of design to the interior. Do your chapters all start on the middle of the right-hand page? Do they fall wherever they fall? How big are the headings? Things like that. There's a certain amount of layout and design to the interior of the book. But most of the design is the cover. The cover can be designed at the same time as it can be designed while you're writing the book. Some of these things don't have to fall in strict chronological order. You will read a lot, if you go read about independent publishing, you will read a lot of places where they tell you, have your cover designed by a professional book cover designer. That the only way your book can succeed is if you have someone who specializes in the graphic design and layout of book covers. Now, I don't have a dictionary right here with me, so I'm not sure if technically that's Balderdash or poppycock or just plain nonsense. Think about this. What's your most important product? Isn't it you? Okay. Do you buy custom-made clothes for every time you go to a business event? Is that shirt you're wearing right now, the jacket, those slacks, were they custom-made just for you by someone who does nothing but design clothing? Probably not. If they were, if you buy custom-made clothing instead of buying your clothes off the rack, go hire someone who specializes in book cover design, because you have the funds to do it and you'll probably appreciate the difference. But if you, like me, buy your clothes off the rack by someone who's a fairly competent clothing designer who then mass produces them, you will be okay with someone who has an eye for design, who understands how to use Photoshop and some tools like that to get your book cover laid out so that it's a fairly workmanlike, competent cover that has all the information. Make sure you follow some kind of order. You need the cover, you need the title on the front. You should have your picture somewhere. You should have an about the author. The back should tell what the book is about in a way that makes people want to open it. You need a space for a barcode. You should put a price on it, things like that. But it's not rocket science. It's a good, solid design job that a competent designer can do for you. So don't obsess about paying a fortune for your book cover, partly because you're not going to go sell this down at the brick and mortar bookstore where your cover is competing with 40,000 other books in the store. You're going to hold this book up in front of the audience you were just speaking to in person, or you're going to wave it in the video on your website, or you're going to slide it across the table to the person you're having coffee with. All you're competing with right now is, do they want to spend 20 bucks on your book? And if you've sold your book is worth what they want, what you're charging for it. The cover isn't going to put them off unless it looks like your child did it. Of course, it should look professional, but it doesn't have to be done by the world's greatest book cover designer. Once we've got a cover, we've got the interior, let's go get it printed.